What I've done here is I've secured my Aki hook, and we're going to start tying in about 1/3 of the way back from the eye. I've cut some wool here. You can use basically anything that's going to bulk up the center of your fly. You don't need too much of it at all, but what you do need to do is make sure that it keeps the fibers that you're going to put on top and on bottom, that they stay flared open versus compressed down and flat. And so that's what you're doing with here, is you're building an artificial head that's going to open up here like that. I like to start on the bottom when I start attaching my materials. Flat materials work best. It flows, all the goo flows real smooth on flat, non-kinky material. If you're using SF blend, or if you're using the Devlin blends, which Devlin blends are a really good product, you can contact Ian at devlincharters.com and order up some really nice long hanks. If you're tying long baitfish patterns, there's nothing that beats Captain Ian Devlin blends. So we're going to reverse tie in the bottom here, and you need a decent amount, not too much but not so sparse that you're going to have gaps in the bottom of your belly here, which is what we're using this for. That's going to be tied back. And then we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to use on this the Fishient Flat and Fine, which is a real translucent material. I really like it. Kind of hard to come by, but a really nice material to use. And again, you're going to reverse tie in that, and it might flare up a little bit back in here. This is good. This is all part of the plan. You want to kind of use that to build up the head of the fly. Now you take your material and you reverse it out. I'm locking the top first. I'll take the bottom, pull it back. Actually, let's flip it over. You can grab all of it. And you're pulling it past the hook bend here on each side. And once you've secured that, make a few wraps to build up the thread base. And what that's going to do is push all that material back too. Just get a few more wraps. Once you're secure, give it a flip and whip finish it. And the form is really going to take shape once you put the goo on. I'm going to give it a few more wraps, just because I don't particularly like the way this head is built up. And give it one more whip finish. And cut. Now the next part, we are going to use the tack free and start at the front. Squeeze the material on, not too thick, and just draw it back. And as you're drawing it back, you're positioning it where you want it to be, because like I said, once you've cured it, those fibers are not going anywhere. And you can do this in stages. You don't have to do it all at once. So what we could do, what I'm going to do is the sides and the top. And then we can come back and do the the bottom. So once we've secured this area, we're going to hit it with the light. Position it the way you want. Make sure you get all your material where it wants to be. And when you're happy with the shape, you hit it with the light. Just kind of turn it a little bit, expose as much as you can to everything. Give it a switch here, a twist here. Now we're going to do the bottom. And if you give a little bit extra material at the bottom, it makes your fly a little bit durable when you're more durable when you're trying to twist it out. And I try and go a little bit behind the hook bend. And go on this side too. Just you smear that everywhere. You could use your bodkin, you can use the applicator tip. The accessory tips are great for this. And once you're happy with the way that bottom looks, again, hit it with the light. Now it's pretty much set the shape that you like it to be. Give it some rotation. Keep on spinning it. Tack free. Now, final touches is to add some eyeballs. I like to add a dollop on the side. Push the eyeball in. And then what I'll do is take some more material and coat the top and bottom. Smooth it out a bit. What I'm doing here is locking in the eye. Once the eye is covered on all 360 degrees of it, that eye is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be locked in. And it won't be possible for it to really pop off. Light it up. Rotate it over and we'll do the second side. Put a little dollop on. Add the eyeball. We try to do all the videos that we make in real time. And I know sometimes people are like, kind of boring when you talk, but what this ensures that there's no tricks, there's no, I'm not sitting here with that light forever, and that's just a true testament of how well this stuff cures, how easy it is to work with, and just how fast you can build things. I'm gonna light it up on this side, hold it here, give it a twist. And call it good. So now you've got a real nice squishy baitfish pattern. Simple to do, easy to tie. Now if you want to trim it, you probably want to come through like this and trim it back, which is what we're going to do right here. We'll take it and just kind of trim it out. But that is your basic baitfish pattern. Pretty easy to tie. Not bad looking. You can adjust the flare of the fly. If you want a bigger pattern, just bulk up, add more of that wool, and that'll give it a bigger hump in the front and a wider profile in the center here, and it just wraps around the wool. So the wool determines the width and the height of the fly that you're tying. But